When we're designing a Canvas course, one of the things we should think of at the very beginning is what exactly do we want students to do or learn from the activity. In a lesson, this is called an outcome. Canvas has outcomes built into the course. Over on the left side of the menu, you'll see the word outcomes. Mine is gray because I've set it so that students don't have it as an option in their navigation. When I click on the word outcomes, I'll see any outcomes that I've already set for my course. Right now I have two folders. One is called Assessing with Canvas, and one is called Demonstrate Grammar. I can create folders like this called groups by clicking the New Group button, or I can create a new outcome. And my third choice is I can find outcomes that have already been set. Some school districts have outcomes preloaded based on their state core standard. In this demo, I'm going to create a brand new outcome for this course on Canvas for Beginners. So first I'll click on the New Outcome button, and then my window opens up that looks very familiar to the discussion post, test or quiz question, or any other item you create in Canvas. The first thing I need to do is name the outcome, and I'll call this one Creating a Discussion. Then it has to have a friendly name. This is optional. It's a good place to put in a student-friendly or a objective in student language, kid-friendly terms. For this one, I'll just say, make your own discussion. In the box beneath, I have the ability to add a table, links, pictures, math equations, etc. The same exact rich text editor that I have on all the other Canvas tools. So here I'll just write a description. Underneath of the outcome are my criterion ratings, and in Canvas they're set to default with 5 points exceeds expectations, 3 points meets expectations, and 0 for does not meet expectations. They have mastery set at 3, and in this case it's in a decaying average. If you want to adjust any of these criterion ratings, you can click the pencil to change the terms. I'll say exceeds mastery at 4 points. At 3 points, we'll call that shows mastery or meets mastery. And in between 3 and 0, I'm going to click the Insert button. And we'll call this approaching mastery. And I don't like to give students a 0. My philosophy is that if you show up in the room and have a pulse, you should get 1 point. So I'll change this to 1, and I'll rephrase it as not yet taught. I'll leave mastery at 3 points. Calculation method will be decaying average. Some other options you have here are n number of times. That would be a formula. I like to go with most recent score. That way if a student meets mastery, then I just leave them at that. Or if you put the highest score, that way if they ever exceeded mastery, they'd get a 4, even if on a later activity they only got a 3. So we'll go with highest score. After I'm done, I click Save. And you can see now over on the left that my new outcome, creating a discussion, has been added. Now these are good to have for you, the designer, so that you know what your course is going to be about as you create it. But what's nice is that once you put all of these ingredients into your course, these outcomes, then when it comes time to manage rubrics, it's really easy for an assignment, maybe an assignment where people have to create a rubric or create a discussion. I can just make a new rubric for it. And then go to my Find Outcomes, grab the outcome that works for that activity, and now it's part of the rubric. You can see creating a discussion that I made earlier is there. There might be several activities that I do in Canvas that use this outcome as part of the rubric. Additionally, if you create quiz question groups, you can assign at the same outcomes to those questions. And then as students complete their activities and receive points in the rubrics or show mastery on a quiz question, all of that will be displayed in the gradebook under mastery-based grading. So that's how Canvas outcomes work. It's a good idea to make them first so that, number one, you know exactly what you're teaching and what you're designing your lessons about, and number two, having those outcomes to add to your rubrics is nice to have later in the coursework.